Honey Heist is a very silly and very stupid game, and I'm so excited about it.
Yes. So we could be really convincing bears.
I'm a little bit of a thief and I might have a little bit of an accent.
Guess it's time to get back out there.
Bolts. We have to unlock them, right?
Knock out a security guard and steal their outfit.
Perfect.
What if they know we aren't staff?
We need shirts. Because we're bags.
Oh. Welcome to Dice and Daydreams. Today we're playing a very fun game which is called Honey Heist. We are a rotating table of GMs and today our GM is Ian.
Hello everybody, welcome to our episode of Honey Heist here on Dice and Daydreams. Honey Heist is a very silly and very stupid game, and I'm so excited about it. We have a lovely one-page RPG by Grant H here, and it is fantastic. Our entire crew of criminals are trying to steal some honey from the lovely HoneyCon in 2017. It's literally part of the rulebook. This is HoneyCon 2017, so we're keeping it in. Today, our game involves a little bit of D6 rolling, very simple system, and we have some lovely dice here. Thank you. Shout out to Misty Mountain Gaming. My dice is lovely, and hurrah. Thank you for helping us out here for this episode. Let's talk about Honey Heist. So our team is, there are two mandatory rules for Honey Heist. Rule number one being, you have a complex plan that requires precise timing. Rule number two, you're a goddamn bear. Once again, verbatim out of the rule book, this is the energy we're bringing today. So very excited for this episode of Honey Heist. Let's go around and introduce our cast of characters. Anna, do you want to start?
Hello, I'm Anna Margaret, but today I'm Daisy. I am a little bit new to heisting. I'm a grizzly bear, and I'm going to be the driver.
Hi, I'm Parker. I am going to play Bonnie. I am a slick honey badger. I'm a little bit of a thief and I might have a little bit of an accent.
Hello everyone, I'm Yawg, and today I'm Cash, the black bear from the mountains. I'm the face of the group, and I'm a washed up old veteran here.
Oh my God, are we the old people?
We're the old people.
I'm Lua and I'm playing Big Papa Smokey, which my voice is going to change probably 30 times because I'm overwhelmed by Yawg. I'm a retired old grizzly bear who's the brains of the operation, and my granddaughter Daisy is going to be taking over in my place.
I'm learning from the best.
You're learning from the best, and it's going to be chaos.
Fantastic. So, you all are a team of rogue bears doing the best to enjoy the criminal world as far as bears are concerned, which I think is mostly just stealing honey and the occasional salmon. You get a call one day, and who in this group do you think would be the person who gets the call to come in?
You know, I think that I probably have some of your old contacts, and as the younging of the group, I'm the most hip with technology. So I'm pretty sure I would take this call, but I'm not sure I know what to do with it.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you get a call, and on the other line you hear a somewhat familiar voice you recognize from your grandfather's old exploits. You hear, "Hey, is this Daisy?"
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
It's Toasty. Listen, I got a job for you, and I think this one's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm assembling a bit of a team.
Sorry.
This game is corny as hell. It's gonna be like that the whole time.
Because I just think about the Suicide Squad every time
We're assembling some sort of bear squad.
Suicide mission.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm the perfect bear for the job.
The only thing is, I think we need your grandfather.
You know, I'm not sure he's gonna like that.
Oh, yeah, that's why I called you. I need you to ask him.
Oh, okay, bet, yes.
Okay, great. Listen, meet me at the warehouse down by 34th. This is in a city, you know. Yeah, meet me in the warehouse down by 34th, and we'll talk a little bit of details there, okay?
But that's just a crew of two.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna assemble some other folks. Don't worry.
Okay. Bye.
I love picturing a bear holding a phone.
Yeah.
This cute criminal bear that's like, bye. It's like a pink razor flip phone. Yeah.
You definitely see the pan of Toasty just being like, did you say bye? Cash, you're sitting in your home. What does your home look like at this point?
It's kind of like all wooden. It's like a cave, as a bear lives in a cave.
Sure.
But with nice smoky wood paneling.
Okay.
There's sort of cigars
Yeah.
burning, like half-burnt cigars just burning around.
Scattered.
Around, still lit for some reason, but...
Forest fires. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Only you can cause a lot of forest fires.
You know, a lot of red velvet.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You hear like a tapping on the entrance of your cave. I think as you like look down the cave, you see there's actually like a pigeon there, and it's got like a little note taped to it.
Pigeon. All right, let's see. I'll walk on down and...
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you walk up to this pigeon. What are you gonna do with it?
What's a bird?
It looks up at you and just hits you with a "Krrr," and you realize you can speak bear. You've learned to speak man over time. You do not know how to speak
I
pigeon.
realize now that I don't know how to speak bird.
I like saying it out loud.
I'll reach down and grab the thing, just like violently.
Oh.
Lift it right up. Look at it, right in its eyes.
You see it like very distressed, just like very clearly indicating the thing clearly taped to its leg. Like,
Please, let me go.
Look at that. That seems like I should take that off there. I'll take the little thing off.
all right, cool. So you unravel it, and it's a note, and you can hear it in Toasty's voice. He goes, "Listen, man, I know you're old and you don't have a phone or whatever, so I wrote it on this pigeon. I hope this finds you. I found this pigeon. I have not trained him very well, and to be honest, I'm not sure you're even going to receive this. But if you do, I've got a job for you. And I know, you're retired, but you're going to want to hear a little bit more about this."
Cash is just gonna think about his stores. He's running low on cigar money. Yeah.
Bear lives exclusively on cigars.
This is a very cigar-based bear, for sure.
Guess it's time to get back out there.
Bonnie,
Yes.
you get a text on your phone, because you're a modern bear.
I have a Blackberry.
Berry.
You're welcome.
On your BlackBerry phone, you get a text message
Okay.
from the, I think we obviously know who.
I for sure ignore it at first, so there's like
Yeah.
a notification that sits there for too long.
Okay, great.
Not worth my time, yeah.
Yeah. Probably a couple hours later, I'm assuming. Yeah, you look down and there's a message from Toasty, just with an address.
Just an address.
And then like the $sign emoji, and then like the tongues out $sign on the
Yeah.
eyeball emoji, and like that's it.
Yeah. She sends back a little peace sign, and then I guess like hits a Google Maps and is like, all right, how am I getting
You
here?
get a text back, it's like, is that like a deuces, I'm not coming, or like a I will be there deuces? Like, what's up?
She sends back an eye roll and a thumbs up.
Well, now okay. You see a lot of the
Yeah, a
the
lot of,
dots.
like,
Yeah.
dots.
Delete.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you all walk up to this warehouse, and it is the most nondescript, criminal-looking warehouse in the entire world. It's got one of those doors that's like the slidey warehouse doors, and it's just like kind of a little high, so like a human or bear could fit underneath.
I'm still trying to convince you to come. This is gonna be great. One last job. We need you.
Why do we need to do this again? Why am I 95?
I was like, you're gonna maintain that
A geriatric bear.
I was just thinking about how depressed he is. Yeah.
Well, I think this would be really good for me, and I don't know if I could do it without you.
I can do one last job. And
One
he
last
also has
job.
just one cigar.
Not as
So many cigars.
Because the retired men smoke cigars, the bears. That's what they do.
Somewhere a CEO of a cigar company is like, if it wasn't for the bears, man, we'd be out of business.
So yes, he will accompany you on this mission.
Awesome. So you get to this warehouse, as I mentioned, just a barely cracked door, and you hear maybe a little too overeager. Hey, I see your feet. Yeah, just like sort of scuttle under. I'm sorry, I tried to get a guy to lift it. I also tried to lift it. It was a whole thing.
So do we like crawl under?
Feel free
Bonnie
to.
is very small. She is a honey badger, so she literally is like, perfect. Just in it.
It like takes me a second. I like maneuver under. Done.
Yeah, Smokey will like get down and you hear kind of the old bones crack, and he's like, "Oh, god damn it again," and just like goes underneath the door.
I for sure think Bonnie has already, like, she's so small. She's in there and she's like, okay, so this is happening, I guess. She's like watching the bears fit under the door. Like, All
Toasty's like,
right.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do much better.
You know, you could have provided context.
Yeah, that's my bad. What did I say? Warm up first? What?
No, I just, you know.
Oh, in your text message
Yes.
specifically. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like. What am I gonna? Hey, come do a heist. FBI, look at my phone. What do you mean?
Right.
Yes. Anyways,
That would leave a paper trail,
Yeah.
or like a digital trail.
how's Cash
Digital
navigating this?
footprint.
Cash is just sort of lie down on his back. And then sort of just scoot slowly
Just put my legs.
back.
Here, do you need some help? I can pull you through.
Yeah, just lift
Here,
his hands
I got
up.
you.
I'm sorry about the door.
Bonnie's
I'm
just
also-
side-eyeing.
I'm having doubts about what's about to come next, but we're gonna do it. We chose the team. Listen, I wouldn't have asked you all here if I didn't think this was a good score. All right. We got a call, and by a call I mean this guy came and knocking at the door. This dorky little dude, he's gonna come and introduce himself in a second. I don't know how he knows about the Bear Network, but he's very aware. The Bear Network,
Bear
kitchen?
Network. Bear Network.
It's our own social media back in 2017. It's kind of like MySpace, but
It's called Roar, not Twitter.
Ooh, that's good. Yes, Roar. Yes, you found me on Roar, and he has this opportunity. I don't know. You guys know about HoneyCon, right?
Yes.
doesn't?
The one I was telling you about. The I wanted to go to.
It was called something different back in my day, but I'm sure it's similar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know this. HoneyCon is a long established con, and you also know that this is the type of event that people will be foolish to try and go to an event like this and rip it off. I mean, there's thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even reaching 100,000 people who will be in attendance at this event. To try and rob it, I mean, there's got to be security everywhere, right? So Toasty goes, listen, I know normally we don't go too big, right? But this is a retirement level job. I mean, we could have not only all the honey that any of us could ever want. I mean, think about it. After a nice cigar, your throat coated with the cooling
You all
love
know,
of
you all
good
know
honey.
that smoking is bad for you, right? That's bad for you?
why do you think we sound like this?
We're not going to do that. Yes.
My
Like,
voice used to be super high.
I have doubts.
I actually don't smoke, but I know so many bears that do. Yeah.
It's really, honestly, an epidemic.
Listen, HoneyCon's got all of the honeys. I mean, you've got your standard honeys, you got your spicy honeys, you've got your. I'm running out of honeys. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know a lot about honeys. I just know about the second part of this job, which is in particular. As we all know, HoneyCon is sponsored by Funny Bunny's Sunny Honey. I have word that her honey recipe is on site, and I've got a buyer lined up to sell that for $16 million.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Just,
That's at least 16 cigars.
At least.
yep.
I don't know
Correct.
enough about human math to really.
Human
Just
math is
dispute you
very
on that one,
confusing.
so-
Yeah, no, I agree.
How are we gonna split it up on this job?
I mean, there's 5 of us, so I would assume like
Oh, you're coming too?
human math. What? No, I mean I'm like a manager. I take 10 off the top.
5.
5 off the top? No way. That's at least $1. That's like
We'll do 6.
$6.
No, yes.
Yes.
He thinks about it for way too long. Clearly math is not his specialty. He's like, we'll come back to this. Let me give you a pitch on the job. Let me get the guy, okay?
So much money.
So he goes, all right, you're okay. I know he's a human, and he's a particularly unappealing human as it is, but he's gonna be your in. Ask him anything you need to know. He's the one who set us this job, okay? All right, Leslie, get on in here. And perhaps the most, like if there was a human to fit the description doinky, it's this guy. He just has very oversized glasses, looks
word.
so uncomfortable in his own skin, just the most awkward human being probably possible. And he goes, hey guys, nice to meet some bears. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really do this a lot.
You don't talk to bears or any?
Yeah, I mean, talking to, well,
Right.
That too.
Yeah.
You guys want some money and honey? Seems good, right?
Money and honey.
Yeah, the two together. This guy's got, yeah, so like strapping overalls, for sure, big oversized glasses, just the most body language that says I'm not happy to be here.
Oh, Smokey's not having it. He's like, cut to the chase.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, okay, so I used to work for Funny Bunny Sunny Honey, and they fired me, and that sucked a little bit. But I got close enough to the top where I saw they just keep the recipe in the vault when HoneyCon's going on, and Bunny, she's there on site. So literally, all we'd have to do is get to the back office. I mean, you have to get through HoneyCon, and I know you bears and whatnot, but if you can get through that office, the recipe's yours, and we could all split it 6 ways.
I feel like I'm missing something. Doesn't honey come from bees?
Right.
What's the
People-
recipe? Is it like
They put things in it.
We can just
They make it a certain way.
all the bees?
Yeah, I mean, if this was just about like a natural beehive honey, this would be, I mean, it wouldn't be Funny Bunny Sunny Honey, right? Yeah. This is Funny Bunnies. I mean, this is the company that funds HoneyCon. This is the company that has HoneyCons all around the world. This is the recipe. Like, I mean, as I said, $16 million are on the line here. It's crazy.
What do you get out of this?
I mean, hopefully some of the money was kind of the indication, and also revenge.
I do love revenge.
I'm a little lost, but I think that this has potential.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
How are you getting us in?
well, I kind of hoped that hiring criminals was something that,
So you have no pertinent information.
I mean, I can tell you a bit of the layout of the con, stuff like that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll need a point to bring the car.
Okay.
Nice getaway car.
You guys can drive.
Yeah.
Of course.
Can you?
We
Why
can
wouldn't
do,
we?
yeah, we do everything.
I can't.
Is that a
drive.
weird question coming from me? I'm so
can't.
sorry.
Can you drive?
Yeah.
My little hands
little
can't
racist
reach the
if we're
2
being-
petals. And then I can't see if I know, so I don't drive.
I was gonna say, who's the first person to say it's a little racist?
You can't drive. Yeah.
Speciesist.
No, this man is
Yes.
immediately physically crumbling onto himself. He's like, I'm so sorry. I just, yeah, my bad.
I think that Bonnie, like as this is happening, definitely like crawls up to the top of where, because you're the biggest bear, probably a black bear. Is
Grizzly,
it
right?
grizzly
Oh,
bear
grizzly.
bigger? So, but you seem too pickly. So I definitely crawl up and I'm like sitting on your shoulder, and very much like I'm so small that I'm like, if you met him in a forest, he wouldn't even be worth it. Like the snack, not worth it.
This man is perspiring. He is like, you can see there's at least 1 tear welling up his eyes. He's just, any intimidation at all will break him as a human being.
Papa Smokey, vaults. We have to unlock them, right?
Big brain.
We need more information.
Listen, when you work for someone like Bunny, there's only a certain amount of stuff you hear for certain, right? I got in there to know enough that the vault was in there. But supposedly, she has the combination on her person. So if we can get her in that office, get the combination off of her, I mean, that should do it. Now, she rotates around the thing. Sometimes she'll be talking, sometimes she'll be in the back, you know, just like doing care of office stuff. I don't really know how business works too good. I'm not built for that. But she'll be back there at least at some points during the con. So I think maybe if you can isolate her in that office and get behind there. I'm gonna tell you though, security's kind of crazy.
Well, it's no wonder you got fired. You don't know the business.
Yeah,
You don't know the CEO's name.
yeah, that's fair.
So really, they were justified in letting you go.
Yeah, no, this is on me. I will also sort of rebuttal with you're all criminals and bears.
And your point is?
I have no point. I'm gonna
There we go.
use the bathroom real quick. He just runs out of the room. Toasty goes, "There's no bathroom in here. It's an old way." I think he's just gonna go be sad in the corner. Okay.
So we need a map.
Map.
We need to get the combination.
Combination. I'm writing all these down as you say them.
We need to fight security or
I
bypass
think maybe
security.
we don't fight security.
And then we can go as bears.
Wait, this might have potential. Do people dress up for HoneyCon?
some, I'm sure, but I'm not person-sized, so we're not. But yes, I see where you're going.
But maybe you could stealth in.
Oh, I absolutely.
Scout things out.
Just carry me like a stuffed animal.
Toasty chimes in here. He goes, "There is Bimo, the bee mascot of HoneyCon."
Why a bee when there's bear right there?
Yeah, look, I feel like we're not represented as well, but like there is that there. So like I think, you know, if one of you got in the costume, I will say a couple years ago, a bear did just try to walk in very casually in a very non-threatening manner, I would argue, and was immediately tasered. So I don't think maybe a bear walking in
But
initially.
I've seen those like really realistic fursona costumes. And so I think
I really love the old retired bear saying first.
It's a really powerful.
But you know what a persona is?
he's really been on the fucking niche of the internet in his spare time. Like, yeah,
down a
yeah,
hole of the internet.
yeah.
much
He
time
didn't
on
know what it
Roar.
was. Yeah,
Too much time.
Too much time on Roar. Yeah.
So we could be really convincing bears.
A weird sub roar.
Or really convincing humans.
There's also, you know, that thing where they kill us and make us into statues. Are there any of those in the thing? So you could just like freeze,
These are good fallbacks,
right?
if we're seen.
Red light, green light.
Yeah. So, okay. So we could pretend to be
The statues.
bear statues. I don't know why I'm saying we. This is definitely all on you guys.
No, we're bringing him with us.
You're bringing me?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like your
What kind of
manager.
bear are you?
I'm only getting $6. Listen.
I want to know. Please tell me he's like that ugly, freaky sun bear. That's what I want.
Yeah, he's definitely a sun bear, but he's also like patchy. You know, like things have gone wrong.
Yeah, he's definitely getting $6.
He's getting
We believe in
$6.
fair
Yeah.
pay for everybody with that guy.
Toasty's the equivalent of the "Do you want to buy this watch?" guy, but in a bear form.
And it's definitely the sun bear. Yeah.
If any of you haven't seen a sun bear, please look it up. It looks like the nobodies from Kingdom Hearts were a bear. That's twice that we brought up nobodies from Kingdom Hearts on this show.
It's gonna be a
It's a real
reoccurring thing.
reoccurring. Yeah.
So does he have a map? Like, did he specify he has a map for us?
Leslie said he can get you a map.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm following correctly, we're going to need to get Bunny to the office
Right.
where they have the vault.
Do they have to stay alive?
Well, we have to get the code from.
Well, can we just rob her for the code?
Correct.
And
Is
like,
it
But
on
the code's in her
or-
brain.
oh, it's not, and she doesn't have it on her. It's just she has it.
You don't
She
know.
has it in her phone.
It is a rumor right now that she has the code on her. That is it. It doesn't know whether it's like intellectually or whether it's like written down somewhere. It's just the code is on her.
So we can always go to the booth where she's at, get her. We could split up and go in different
So
sectors.
she's running the con, right? It's not like she's gonna be like stationed at a booth, right? She'll probably do like the announcements and like things like
yeah,
that.
so she's like the head honcho.
She's
We
like
could
the head
also
honcho, right?
watch until she goes to her office.
yeah.
I imagine she will need to go to her office at some point.
Mm-hmm.
If nothing else, to escape people.
Don't conventions sometimes have programming schedules? Could you check online and
I
see
literally
if
pull up my BlackBerry with my tiny little
yeah.
honey badger.
Yeah.
I'm sitting like you know how those honey badger statues look when they have them like taxidermied, like they're just like I mean like little tiny, but I'm sitting on his shoulder, so I'm just like
check her meet and greet slots?
Yeah, like-
I bet we could try to she'll have to rest after.
I'm literally just looking at the schedule for HoneyCon 2017.
Maybe we can be like a handler for her, like an assistant for the weekend, like somebody that walks around.
Or like fans. We'll pose as like super fans.
I would like to say again, I am the size of a stuffed animal. So I'm not going to pose as anyone's anything. I'll be an event, but sure.
Can you fit into Vens?
Yes.
So useful.
That might be a useful.
Very
Why do you
useful.
think I'm here?
Oh, I wasn't sure.
Oh, yes, right. So my repertoire, and she just starts listing other cons. She's the other, just going.
You've really traveled the con circuit.
Be so surprised how connected everything is. Anyway, I cannot pose as anyone's anything, but I can help with the behind the scenes and things like that.
It sounds like we are pitching a real con.
You brought 4 cosplayers to a table professionally speaking. Like, yes, of course. We're like, wait, there's a handler.
How are they actually
There's-
handling this convention?
Yeah,
though?
there's
Is
a
it well
handler.
run, or do we think
How
we
big
can
is
risk
security?
Do we think it's gonna fall apart?
Are there
Are
wands?
there actual are there people that work for them actually there, or like
Are they checking badges
are
for
they,
real,
like,
or?
yeah.
Just an inflatable.
This is
pole.
the-
Is there a good security system?
Well, there's security, but like, how good is it? Is it wand stuff?
it just metal
Is it-
detectors?
Right.
Leslie,
Just set me down to the X-ray thing.
Yeah, you hear from the other room.
we have some logistical questions.
Yeah, okay. And he very nervously sort of like waddles back out. You can tell he still has to pee.
I do like the idea that while he was gone, we all switched back to bear, so it was just roaring. It was just animal sounds because he's like there to talk to, and then we switched to person.
Yes. That's actually well, we're gonna lock that in for
Hey.
later reasons. Okay.
So
That'll come back to bite us, I'm sure.
No,
you
no,
can
no.
get the vault, info for the vault, ask about security, and how we can find her.
I'd love a map of the vent system.
Yeah, okay. Here, I can give you the full layout to the con if you guys want that.
Perfect. Con schedule.
Programming.
How reliable is staff?
Does she have like somebody that's usually with her to escort her?
I'm gonna start checking reviews of the con. I'm searching through to be like, oh, this person said that security stopped them and they were late to their first panel. This person said that they brought in a whole knife and it wasn't noticed.
He goes, yeah, so that's going to be like the general floor layout. Obviously, you have to come in through the main lobby, which is a bit of a pain. There's sort of a security thing that sort of lines everyone up. Basically, so you have to go right to roll call and pick up your badges. If you can convince them that you're potentially like expo staff, then that, or exhibitors, you know, that might actually get you in a little bit faster, but yeah, I definitely can't help with that. So you'd have to like, I don't know, like take over somebody's booth or something crazy like that. But then you could go through the lines a little bit faster. There's a couple seminar rooms up at the beginning, but then to pass all that, you go through roll call and then you enter the main floor. Now, the big issue is the main office is behind the green room. And the green room, you have to walk through the main security terminal for. So you're walking literally past all the security officers to get to where the celebrities are, because obviously that's where they want the most security. And then past that's the management office. And there's also a back room. And I've only been in there once, but from what I can remember, and he actually like whips out like a piece of paper and he starts like scribbling. And he gives you this like very rudimentary basic map for the back room too, including in all caps writing laser grid. He goes, listen, I think it's just like a tripwire laser, but also I saw somebody walk back out at one point and went, oh man, really beefed that one and their hair was singed. So it might be like a real laser grid. I can't really be 100% sure.
Do you have a list of vendors? Is there any vendor that has a bear mascot?
That has a bear mascot. Well, actually, the unfortunate part is BMO is such a commonly licensed mascot that any other mascot work is very heavily discouraged in the venue.
What if we get a BMO, a security costume? Outfit.
We're assembling a team, a BMO.
It's just a bunch of bears.
That's the game!
I'm wondering if stealth.
Well,
Right.
I'm probably the most human-sized of all the bears here.
Right, we just shave you.
As we're talking, Papa Smokey just brings out this like human flesh mask. No. Back in my day.
Leslie passes out.
To be like,
Wait, if you're the front person, you go in through the vents, and then I take the car around the back.
ooh. Yeah, is there a way that she can get to, is there like a back room that will be in the back of this building? Or is the car?
There a back room? So if you notice on the back room description, there is a large storage warehouse.
So maybe you can get to the warehouse and we can break open the warehouse. But maybe someone goes with you so you're not alone, and then another person goes with the Badger, and the Badger could do like kind of, we got some walkie-talkies or something.
Leslie sort of like revives from the last guy. He goes, Sorry, had to come back for exposition. No, the thing is, you gotta know about that warehouse. It is very heavily protected. So if you want to make an exit that way, that totally makes sense. But I think trying to break in there from the very beginning, y'all are gonna get shot. I mean, they are actually armed to the teeth in that warehouse. Buddy does not handle people taking her stuff very well. So. Maybe if you want to make an exit that way, that's fine. But I think the honey con itself is going to be the easiest way to get through.
We can set up the car here. Make some fake badges.
How long is it until the con? Because I could park the car before.
Yeah, you guys have about 2 weeks before the heist date.
Nice.
Yeah.
We leave it tucked under some boxes. Well before the security gets there.
This is totally cool. I just want to check that the plan is to park a car.
You can. You drive cars into the warehouse all the time. We say we're a vendor. No.
Oh, no, it won't get towed because there'll be boxes on it.
Are we getting a parking pass?
It's her first job. Leave her alone.
Leslie, can you secure us badges for this convention?
I mean, in the same way that a normal person can secure a badge to a public convention, for sure.
No, we want VIP badges.
Oh, definitely not. Absolutely not. Sorry. I once again, I was fired. They want nothing to do with me. Hence me trying to rob and get revenge. And he does the far distance there, yeah.
Have you ever done a heist like this?
Kind of. I think bears go as bears most of the time.
I have no other option.
I showed you my option and no one liked it.
Is that real?
By the way, can you add flesh mask to your inventory? In case that comes up later.
I will say, I guess like he'll kind of mention that like he believes strongly we should all have some kind of like alternative security outfit for maybe you or whoever. And I think we should also just have some fake, like most of the time people post badges online, so I think we can find the art for it and make fake badges and try to see it, because most of the time they don't scan, they just look at something. So if you hold it up and act like you know where you're going, we can just pop it up and go.
We can look up online if they actually scan the badges.
Right.
Or if they...
When it comes to security, I think we create a nice distraction there, and we'll be able to get it, or we can send you through the vents to do something.
Definitely send me through the vents.
I'm feeling sad that they didn't like my idea of parking the car, so I'm looking up the parking options for the storage warehouse,
criticism.
as well as like who uses this warehouse when there's not HoneyCon.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, it's a convention center for sure, right? So it's a very classic convention center in the fact that like there are cons going in and out of there all the time. There's a lot of bodies, a lot of movement, but it is also a con space where like, you know, this is for conventions that people do not mess around, right? It is very much like a high profile convention space. Now, there's a lot of people moving in and out all the time in these places, but every time a new con comes out, they send basically the equivalent of a sweeping team to like go through and just say like anything from the last thing. They have a very high professional standard, so anything left over, just booted, they'll find the people, but it's cleaned.
What's the day? Like, so the con, it's 3-day con, typical Friday, Sunday.
Load-in's the day before.
Yeah, are they letting, what time are they letting vendors? Usually they'll like publish the load-in.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's definitely a load-in schedule. The vendors are literally able to come in, once again, exactly a day before. So the con hours, I have them written down here, are from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. most days. And there is also, additionally, there will be an 18+ show that will be going on after the traditional con hours, and that's in...
Should have mentioned that. That would have changed our entire plan.
Is it bearless?
Bearless!
Yeah.
Well, they're not bears.
But it's ironic because they make honey
Listen,
and they know
if this
people would like
ends
it.
with you all performing a bearless routine, I am very okay with that reality. So 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I
which
learned from
means
the best.
the day before, same hours for the vendors. So 9 a.m., 8 p.m. for load-in purposes. Yep. All right, so right now it sounds like we have an idea to at least get this car parked at the early part of this. This is GM talk, not just character specifically. So we have get the car in the day before during load-in, right? And it sounds like leaving from the warehouse side is the intent day of. Did I get that impression? Okay, cool.
I think if we park the car here, we're not going to be able to get back in through the warehouse, but if we exit that way, cars are faster than humans most of the time.
All the time?
No, because cars can get stuck in traffic, and they're less maneuverable. And there's this thing where cars could be around your car blocking. And then in which case they would go slower.
Is there a way to park that it won't get blocked in?
I think that that's where the
I
parking
don't
pass
drive.
comes in. If we are able to forge a parking pass such that it's parked in a spot either by disguising it like a security car, if we could put some like lights or something on it so it looks like it's security, they're able to park in places where other people can't park. And so if we make it look like it's an emergency vehicle, security vehicle, then it could be right by the door, and they will often leave their vehicles locked but in conspicuous places. People expect to see them, it actually makes them feel safer. And so if we know that they are pretty diligent about sweeping, Papa told me that typically if you hide something in plain sight, people don't even like it. The eyes go like this.
Do we have a car already, or could we just steal an ambulance?
Toasty goes, I got a car here, and it's perhaps the most beat up looking like 1980s Chevrolet.
Most conspicuous.
Yeah, very insanely conspicuous. Yeah.
Or we could steal a police car.
Well, police is a little more like but like, is there a way we could get something that looks like an ambulance that we could like?
Don't you think that would alarm the humans if there was like a, oh, is there a medical thing?
I thought you said that there were like.
Well, like security, right?
Okay.
I feel like ambulance is like, emergency.
Yeah, on-site security, I think works. And I think we can get a security outfit for one of us in case. And those expo badges.
The mental image of a bear in a security outfit's really powerful. It's really good.
You've got a good face for
I
it.
know, I think so. I think I could pull it off.
Who's gonna stop him?
Leslie's
He's
just
in
kinda
charge.
Like, you can tell he's starting to regret a few things, and Toasty's very into it. He's like,
I think they're all like thinking like outfits.
Yeah.
And she's planning to get like a Build-A-Bear box she can stick her legs through and then like pull back.
Love it.
And she's like,
okay, that is.
We can get you a little tag and then
No,
play
like a
dead.
little- she's
Play
literally
dead if
gonna-
anyone sees
She's
you.
gonna have like a little tag, like a little collar. She's wearing little
Yes.
clothes. Like she's.
Absolutely.
Play dead if
She
anyone
wants to,
spots
yeah,
you.
she literally wants to be able to just drop and be like,
I feel like with
most
both of your experience, would you know if there's like you would know what the security cars look like?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've seen
Okay.
many security.
We're gonna do like an arts and crafts day.
Okay.
And we're gonna make our car
Yeah.
look like a security car.
Okay.
And it'll be spelled correctly.
Spelled correctly.
This is exactly a perfect time to do a flash forward of you all prepping the car. We can go back to the planning phase in a second. Flash forward to the preparation of the car, and I think so you're throwing this idea out to the two of you. Which one of you two is the person who's gonna go like and make this car tricked out?
I think my brains seems like a good thing. Yeah.
So I was getting the energy. So, all right, so you're gonna make our first roll for us of the game. So the way rolls work here in Honey Heist is you are going to use a single D6 system, and you want to roll under your modifier. So there are two modifiers in this game, which is bear and criminal. Very simple as it is. You want to roll under those stats. Now, anytime, they both start at 3, to be clear. Anytime that something part of the plan goes wrong, you get frustrated, any of that times, you can actually add a point to bear and take it away from criminal. But as the crime part of this process goes well, our bears will be losing part of their bear instinct and moving more towards criminals. If anyone maxes out on criminal, they end up betraying the group and leaving for a life of crime. If anyone maxes out on bear, they go on to a murderous bear rampage. So
we're balanced right now.
right now we are balanced.
So what do I want to roll is my question.
You want to be rolling under this 3.
3!
3 is on that line. You were about to write secretary and you're like, no, human word, security. You get it. And honestly, everyone kind of look at it and goes, wait, you stole a security car, right? Like, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
That's why he's the best.
Right.
Yeah.
True veteran.
Two of us.
I think we're having a moment.
We're just with our cigars, like.
We should step outside. It's getting. Can we open the window?
It's just just like a big fog machine in the warehouse.
Toasty's doing his best to get this like warehouse door just cranked a little bit so the
I
smoke
definitely like have crawled up and opened like a tiny window. I'm like, oh boy.
I would say during this time too, we'd also probably fashion those like convention badges and anything that might get us in very easy.
Okay, cool. So your plan is to try and fabricate some of the exhibitor badges as well?
Yeah, it doesn't have to just be me. Whoever thinks that they would be good at that.
You know, exhibitor badges can typically only get us into the expo hall. If we want to go into any of the back offices, we're going to need those all access badges or VIP. All access, they only give a few. I think we're better off with like
VIP or staff.
Or staff.
Staff.
VIP or staff.
Staff makes the most sense.
VIP, they're like more
maybe-
closely monitored too.
And
so
they
staff.
also, but what if they know we aren't staff?
We need shirts.
Because we're bears.
Oh,
No, because
we need
they
to-
know they're staff members, and they fired that one
I
guy.
think that most cons,
But this
the people in charge could not tell you who else is staff.
because they don't care.
They don't.
Yeah.
No.
We care.
Leslie chimes in and goes, yeah, I mean, at this point, I've been here for a couple days.
Who are you again?
I'm the guy that hired you. It's all right. They don't care about their staff unless they're upper management. So I wouldn't try and maybe like grab one of like the big badges off of people, right? Like an all master
so
access.
staff.
Yeah, but I still think staff it'll get you sort of a decent amount of access, but at a certain point they're going to notice that you're not, someone who should be in the back room, basically. Yeah.
We've made a security car. I think we've got to get Cash a security outfit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Are there hats? With
Wait, let her cook.
your ears.
Right.
Like, is it a long sleeve, long pants? Like, do you have a hat?
I think it's one of those classic like white like collar shirts with like the belt and the whole black slacks type of thing. But I think
Face mask.
Perfect. And we have the mask.
No.
Yeah, because of the face masks.
A face mask covers.
not the face mask, like a face mask.
I was thinking we were talking about that, and I thought we were talking about
She pulls out the flesh mask again. Not
No,
this
no,
one.
no, no. Like a.
Ah, yes.
Right.
To be conscientious of the
Spreading.
infirm. Yes.
We put gloves.
Yes. All right. Yeah, if I just wear a little medical mask, no one will know that the wise are there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So our face character is going to go in as a security guard with a health consciousness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we need to figure out the vents.
I feel like if she's worked enough of them, she's like worked in a convention hall before and has a general idea of how the vent system works.
Sure.
I think that her idea is like, if she can get in to get into the vents, she'll be able to get to where she can help you.
Okay.
But getting her in will be the fun part, because
You have to find a vent and
I have
break
to
in.
find a vent to get in.
Yes, and also not toast.
And yes, correct.
Okay, cool.
How are we getting in?
He just like pulls out this slush mask and goes, nobody liked that, so I'm gonna go with my persona, which I created this original character. His name is Cash, and he wears, and it's just basically what he starts describing, like what he looks like. I really admired this design.
Oh wait, let's check the website. Maybe they have cosplay guests.
Yeah. So he's
And so then we get you all staff badges. We try to get like content creator.
Yeah.
We're cosplayers.
yeah. So he's trying to be like, I am like this big like costume.
I'll make us
thing.
an Instagram.
Yeah. How's that go?
You're trying to create an entire Instagram persona.
I definitely thought it would be the two of you, especially because of how terminally online Bonnie seems to be. I figured
I get your help. Wait, I get Bonnie's help.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Okay.
We're a cosplay duo.
Okay, so you're creating an Instagram page as a cosplay duo that cosplays bears.
But bears doing other things. Like we get Winnie the Pooh. We got the Care Bears.
Smokey, the real
Smokey the Bear.
Yogi.
Yeah, Yogi Bear, and he had like a little buddy. What was
Boo boo.
Boo boo. Okay.
You could do that.
We're like furries, but cosplaying furries.
So the plan is you're going to create an Instagram of the two of you as cosplayers.
Two of them.
You two as cosplayers.
We're cosplayers.
But we're getting info from Bonnie because she's really tech savvy.
And I'll probably be a prop.
Yes, and then he'll be security, and then that's why he's escorting us in because it could be a little contentious. We're so good at our job, we look impeccable. We look just like bears.
I buy bot followers because I realize we're not getting far. Yes.
Roll me a d6, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, roll for bots. Roll for bots. You want to get
6.
Oh no.
Was that our criminal roll?
Yeah, because those are
sure?
For sure it was.
Unfortunately, Bonnie has bought the wrong kind of bots, and the Instagram page is just swarmed by porn bots. So the numbers are high. Yes. The numbers are doing pretty well. Just if anyone goes on your page, they're gonna be like,
Oh, furry is a sex thing.
I may have inadvertently helped you. Okay, yes.
It's my way of security.
Yeah. So you're not gonna maybe have some of the status that you would have wanted in this space, but you will at least they'll be able to look at your page and go, well, clearly a very specific audience likes them.
We do like TikTok dances. That's our thing before TikTok happens.
Now, are you making a TikTok? Because that's a whole different thing.
It's the same thing.
2017. That's why I said Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
it's Musical.ly.
Yes.
It'd be Musical.ly.
Okay.
All right,
So
Steve.
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to need 2 roles, one from each of you. Your role is going to be whether you are able to make the appropriate costumes to be able to impersonate other famous bears. And your role is going to be whether you're able to basically backlog Instagram through some sort of hacking mechanisms.
What does backlog mean? What am I doing with it?
Well, you're basically making it so that it doesn't look like your Instagram was made a week ago and suddenly you have thousands of followers. Did we both beef it? You're maybe looking like you both fucked up a little bit. It was a 5?
I got a 4.
A 4. Okay. How are we feeling? Is anyone feeling a little frustrated? Is anyone feeling a little bear right now?
My hands are a little bit too big, and I'm trying to make these costumes, and I keep poking holes through the back
Okay.
with my claws.
So we've got a very hole-poked costume.
Smokey's really pissed. He's like, he didn't even follow us back. And it's all his favorite personas. And he's like, I was networking and they didn't want to work with us. And he's really pissed because he really thought we had a big shot.
we had a plan.
And while Daisy's been so cute and perfect, Smokey's just been kind of in the back with his persona looking like definitely not okay. So all the porn bots are really weird about that. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. All right, Smokey, please feel free to move a point, and by feel free, I mean please do, from criminal to bear. So now your criminal modifier is a little bit lower, but your bear is doing great. Anytime you need to do bear stuff, you're going to be thriving.
Great, I definitely need to bear.
So, okay, we have an Instagram page that definitely looks like someone has tried to make cosplays of bears. Mm-hmm. That's the only positive attribute or neutral attribute I can give.
Tried doing a lot of work there.
Yeah, if anyone looks at your page, they're going to see a lot of porn and a lot of very bad costumes and be really concerned.
They don't have to be really bad. They could just be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, passable. Well, it was a 5, right?
It was a 5.
5's
Shit. No,
5's pretty bad. For our backlogging, you did a good job of the couple of weeks leading up to it, doing your nice scheduled posts. But I think maybe Toasty brought up the idea that you would be backlogging, and you asked the question that you asked in person, which is what is backlogging and why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So, you have a very active 2-week-old Instagram account that's got a lot of bad cosplay and porn bots.
Love that.
But we got
We have
30K.
tons of followers.
Yeah, we have tons of followers.
You're around the 10K mark, I think. It's pretty good.
For 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks?
That's really good for
honestly,
2 weeks,
pretty
actually.
Good. A lot of phalluses, a lot of followers, all the same.
So then when we're making the badges, we will get you as the security guard.
Right.
You have a staff badge?
I guess.
Or do you even need a badge?
Oh, I don't know if I need.
I would assume security have a security badge, right? Maybe even just to get into tough rooms, right?
Yeah, we get you a basic security outfit. We have costumes, and then what are we doing with the badger?
I just have to get in. So I was thinking that I'm literally going to just freeze and be a plush. I will
love
wear
that.
little clothes that we ordered from Build-A-Bear, and I will be a small version of whatever you're going as the con. So I'm a version of that.
So probably closer to taxidermy than maybe a fun toy. Yes. Okay, cool. Toasty also chimes in when you guys are talking about the day of. You go, look, I like the cosplay idea a lot, but you guys might be too convincing. You know what I mean? I don't know of any furry cosplays I've seen. Hypothetically, I haven't seen a lot of them or anything. That would maybe.
I'm filling up his roar right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you think it is. I think you would look too real. So maybe I don't know, some pieces that make you look like it's a costume, right?
We have the costume.
You mean like the bear part?
Yeah. Yeah, like the outfit's great. Look, you'll look like a bear wearing an outfit, but you don't look like a human wearing a fake bear wearing an outfit. Leslie passes out again.
Get a fake bear head to put over your real bear head.
Wait, that's actually not a bad idea.
Incredibly meta.
Or like fake seams.
All right, so the plan is we're gonna get Cash a bear head. You two are gonna go as some influencers.
Wait. You're getting a bear head?
Well, no.
Oh,
The bear head will go on them.
Yeah. You're getting security outfit and your COVID mask. Okay, and you're a toy.
COVID didn't happen. We don't know what that is.
Oh, this is 2017. Sorry. It might be weirder that you have a mask.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is 2017 HoneyCon. It says in the rules.
It says in the rules.
He's from Japan, where they wear face masks, and it's very,
Just
yeah.
very health conscientious.
Yeah, and then same.
Love that. Okay, great. We've covered that little loophole there. Okay, awesome. So now I think the big things are we need to get you both some fake bear masks. We need to get you a security outfit.
We need to park the car.
We need to park that car. Sorry, you looked up the con schedule earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume you would have just gone on the general website and then looked up their schedule. Okay. One thing to note, there's a couple of celebrities there, right? Including, unfortunately, the famous wildlife show personality, Darby Jones, known for his hunting show, in which he attempts to tackle bigger and bigger game as time goes on.
Why is he a honey thing? What made him want to go there?
So if we know that, is he bringing any of his like taxidermy stuff with him? Do we know if he has like a booth with
That is a good flip around.
with
Okay.
taxidermy,
yes.
like
I
things?
think yes, there will definitely be stands of his conquests that he will be having. He is running a seminar in seminar room, I believe 2.
We go as fans of the show. We're cosplaying his
taxidermy?
taxidermy, especially because he's at the con. We say we're huge fans. I go back and I edit a bunch of our Instagram captions.
Okay, cool. So so Darby Jones is the name of our famous hunter, and so he's giving a seminar at 11:30 a.m., seminar room 1, on the thrill of the kill.
I
Too earlier.
think instead of her Build-A-Bear thing, because obviously, I think she's going to try and make like a little taxidermy stand, like you know where they like have a little plate.
Yeah.
And she's gonna make one of those that she can just stand on.
Okay.
Whenever like she needs to like, it's just gonna be like a.
And to be clear, is your plan to get into that seminar or to go with them just to be like, hey, we are there for that?
I think I can go with them, and maybe they like carry me as like, oh, we did a thing, but I'm like a really tiny game. But then they can like set me down somewhere, and I can get where I need to go.
Okay, lovely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just like my shelf.
yes.
Not on there.
All right, let's talk about how we're getting a security outfit for Cash.
Okay, that's a good idea. So I'm assuming the security for the convention center relatively stays the same. It wouldn't be like a rotating cast, right?
It's probably
so
a
I
bunch of
could
people
go
who are there.
ahead of time to just knock out a security guard and steal their outfit, right?
I thought you were gonna say that you were gonna go interview. I was like ready for you to be like, I was ready. I was like ready for that.
I was waiting for one of us to do it the whole game, but also the whole time I'm like, we just go to Amazon and get a security outfit because there's tons of those. Like, why? But I guess
This is like convention specific.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I'm just saying I was wrong.
I also like picturing the size of the man that you'd have to take to fit an outfit.
I will say this is the problem with 4 cosplayers being in the booth. You're just like, so we just make a costume, right? Like that's the whole solution to all the problems is we make a good enough costume.
I hate that that's exactly where my brain goes though. I'm like easy. We're making an Instagram.
Craft another costume.
Wait, so are
Crafting
you
is going to turn me into a criminal.
are you doing it day of? Are you finding the biggest guy day of, or are you going ahead of time? Because then it might alert them that something happened and security might be buffed. Is
Yeah,
the
you'd
concern?
have to do a day of.
I
Yeah,
have to do it day of.
yeah.
But I could at least scout out and.
We can also make a distraction. Like I could be like, I need help with something, or like you because you're cuter than me. You're cuter than me. I think.
That could be a day
I do often need more help too.
I also say there's some natural distractions in place that we may want to bring up. There is a main stage magician at 1 p.m. I know. He's going to attempt to escape a tank of honey.
That sounds awful.
Oh, for sure. When writing that down, I went, ooh. At 3 o'clock, BMO teaches the BMO dance on the main stage. From 4 to 5:30, the Money Bees perform, which are a bee-themed rock group.
What are they called?
The Money Bees.
How much fun did you have with
I had a lot of fun planning this. And then if you want to wait towards the end of the day, the Wasps Sting show is that 18+ show that we mentioned, and that starts at 7:30 and goes till after the con hours. Hall opens at 10 officially, so the VIPs and guests come at the 9 o'clock section, and then there's an opening speech at 10:30 on the main stage as well.
Like
from
a show
Bunny
opening.
herself.
Oh,
Yeah.
so should we listen to that?
Maybe it is because then we'll know where she is,
Right.
and we could catch her before or after.
Often in my opening speeches, I'm like, I'll be in my office from these hours in case anyone needs to knock me out and steal my recipe.
I didn't know they did that. It's good to know.
We can ask to have a meeting with her about like a business thing, and schedule maybe she'll schedule it to get her in the office if we're worried about that too. That's something we could do.
Okay.
What, you don't want to?
Normally, this is a role thing. I'm going to throw out there that if I am a con organizer and someone says, hey, let's have a business meeting the day of my busiest con, I
We
would be
know
like,
several
absolutely.
people that had meetings with PAX this weekend. Like that is not in a
Okay.
yeah.
Actually, I think it's fairly typical.
It's a very typical because
schedule
if she's
meetings
not
during
on the floor and
conventions.
doing booth stuff, she's going to be doing meetings with people. Sorry, we're metagaming.
Is she one of the organizers, or is she the
schedule
CEO of the company?
She's CEO.
Because if she's the
That's-
CEO, she's taking meetings all weekend.
That's actually fair. She is the CEO.
If she's the
I will say
CEO, she's
also-
taking meetings. She's not organizing the event.
She does take a bit of an MC role as well, right? But I will say, yeah, you're right. She is the CEO, so she's probably doing a lot of business, for sure.
That's a backup plan if something else goes awry. We can just try and establish that.
Do you want to send that email out?
I want to hang out at the con and talk about honey.
Or maybe wait. Why don't you help us with that?
Yeah.
You're really good with people.
Yeah, I'm good with people. So
We're better with bears. You're good with
Canonically,
people.
yeah.
Canonically better with it.
I was going to say, please give us honey. We need to go to.
Maybe we need to lead on your experience in this area.
Well, one thing I know about people is they love money, and so if we have a product or something that is gonna make them a lot of money, then maybe they're gonna want to talk about it.
Maybe we tell them we have these artisanal bees, and they make really fancy. They make
Is
really
it
fancy.
possible? Hold on. Is it? Hold on. Okay. Is it possible that maybe we go with what we've already got, and since your Instagram did my fault, unironically turn into like a sex thing. They have like an 18+ programming. We could also pitch 18+ programming
Because we are bear
and
workers.
expand the.
We bear it all.
Yeah, I was like, there's one there.
It's a pretty good name for the Instagram.
Change our name.
Bear it all.
Honestly, for steering into the skid, I'm going to let you write this email as a team, but I want you to roll it with advantage.
Okay, thank you.
And it's under criminal, so I'm the same 3 for 3.
Yeah. 2.
2. Love it. It is exactly as planned. This email goes through. You definitely get a response back. It says from Bunny herself, basically being like, hey, I would love to touch base at some point in this weekend. I already have a lot of meetings like lined up, but maybe if we have a moment where we cross paths during, and like here's some of my like more free times, and it's basically literally like when there's not a giant main stage show, right?
Just as an extra thing.
We can touch base, and then if I have a moment, like as I said, I've got a lot of interviews, but I think we can definitely find some opportunities to chat.
Now that's good to know too, because if she has a lot of interviews and
It
stuff, she must be
flushes out
in
our
her
schedule.
office also too.
Yes.
So we don't want to pop in if she has people in there
Yeah.
and it becomes complicated.
Yeah.
Basically, anytime you see a main stage show that I talked about earlier, they're about an hour. Those are the windows where she will probably want to be out on the floor, making sure those big events go really, really
And that'll be good for us to go into the office. Okay.
So we need you to write like a schedule.
Right. So it looks, I mean, I wrote down the schedule here, and it looks like pretty busy in the afternoon, but until 11:30, I guess the con only opens at 10.
to the general audience.
9 to everybody else.
So we have a couple of hours early in the morning where there's just a whole lot of nothing, unless she's doing an opening ceremony.
Yeah, 10:30, right?
10:30.
Right.
Okay, that's right. So we have little gaps in the schedule there.
Yeah, that 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Seems like a very good window for y'all.
I want to go through, inspired by your thought. We should follow all of the After Dark creators.
Okay, let's do that.
Just
too.
further our alibi.
Yeah.
So go through.
So everyone who's performing the Wasps thing, you're gonna go and try to basically engage with them on social media. Okay, great. I love that.
It's really weird that it's the fucking two of us on this, like.
To be clear, the two of you are cosplaying and interacting with people on social media to form relationships. So weird for the both of you.
No, I'm just an old fucking man, and this is my granddaughter on this fucking.
Oh yeah, that got that.
We
Yeah.
keep that off socials. We don't say that.
Yeah, nobody knows that.
What's that prop he keeps pulling out? It looks like a human face.
I delete those comments.
yeah, exactly.
Obviously, it's a human face. Delete.
Yeah, anything that says the word human face is flagged on the comment.
We take those comments out if they're under review.
I make you help me mute keywords.
All right, cool.
Okay, so I feel like we have a good plan.
Very good.
Right.
I think we can get into your thing.
Oh, right. You're knocking them out day of for
Yes.
the. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Say, park the car, Dave.
What's our fallback if we don't knock them out?
Then he also
This sounds
taxidermy.
rush. Like, yeah, what, or you could be, but also
Too big.
We just won't fail, right?
well, and also, I'm looking at him, and do you think that he's not going to knock him out?
Good point.
I agree.
I think worst case scenario, the man dies.
Is that worse?
I don't know.
No. Yeah.
Arguably for them.
Yeah.
Is this in bear or human that you're having this conversation?
Bear.
In bear. Okay, thank you.
Anytime I talk
Yeah.
about killing someone.
Yeah. Okay.
or-
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Super embarrassed.
Okay. Cool. Because Leslie's just been like hanging out with you guys for a couple days.
She switches over and is like, oh shit, he's still here. So anyway,
Yeah. Let's run through the rough plan, see if we can summarize it. So right now I'm seeing that we have at least some communication with our CEO, Bunny, about hypothetically having a one-on-one meeting, and you've been given some blocks when there's not main stage shows going on. We have a card that we are going to have a little scene of trying to position at the right time to be able to get everybody out. We have a plan to have Cash knock out security individual, assume their outfit, wear a bit of a sickness mask, and then sort of walk around as a protections officer.
very hairy security guard.
Different type of bear.
We have our 18 plus bear cosplayers with their personas.
One looks like the security guard for some reason.
Yes, they still need to make fake bear heads. For the real fake bear head, or for the real bear heads, pardon me, and their taxidermied friend who will be sneaking off into a vent to basically do eye in the sky type work. I guess so. The two things we have to make, and then one thing we have to park. So we got to make a box for you to look
It's
like a toy.
Not a toy.
Oh,
it's a
you're a
stand.
taxidermy.
A
I think we
taxidermy
don't even
stand.
need to make
We
a
can
roll for
order that.
Yeah, that is something you can order on Amazon. Therefore, it does not need a roll. That's the rule
It
canonically.
arrives and I go.
Yeah,
I just
perfectly.
keep practicing how
Yeah.
I'm gonna look. I'm
Just in the
standing
mirror?
front
Yeah,
of
yeah,
a
yeah.
mirror, like
Really
like
still.
this one. Like she's
Yeah.
like,
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, and our cosplayers, what are you guys doing for your bear heads?
I was like gonna say commission a fursuit person. Those are so expensive. They're really a lot of work.
This is a $16 million job, though.
The more we spend on it, the better it'll look. I almost feel like we need to go less good
Oh, right.
Make it
because we're already bears. Like we just get like a bad nose or something so that you can't tell that it opens as well because that might give us away. Like I've noticed that their mouths don't move right. Like all these people we're following online, they go like this. And then like the visible seam will look a little amateur-y, but like that would help us. So instead of like a full head, maybe we try to just get like
Put cheek parts on your actual face.
Yeah.
Toasty does chime in at this point. He goes, okay, so we know how we're going to try and get in the back, cosplayer identities, all that kind of stuff. Once again, I am not going. I keep using we because I really want to be part of the team. I do remember the nerd did mention laser grid. And he's also speaking in human, so Leslie's like, oh.
All right. I got
She'll
an
be-
idea.
yeah.
You're going to be perfectly able to get through the laser grid.
Right.
If it's an invisible laser grid, I'll light up one of my cigars, roll it down under there. The smoke is going to go up, and we'll see all the lasers. It's
I'll just
perfect.
follow the little.
good.
I'll follow the little. Yes.
A little peek behind the curtain. They were not going to be invisible, but now because you said that, that's cool as shit. That's 100% happening.
Bear wearing a security guard outfit, just a winging.
100%. You do not need to roll for that. That's going to just happen. That's cool as hell.
Smokey's really cool about it. He said he's like smoking cigars with his best buddy, and he's like, man, it's the best last job I've ever had.
I can't wait for it to end with both of you collapsing mid-heist because you have no ability to breathe.
Here's my thing. I think slowly but surely it went from his shoulder to yours, and now we're just sitting on social media being like, God, they're old. They're so old. Did you hear that they sent a pigeon?
I just can't believe it worked, to be honest.
Hey, where'd you even get a pigeon? To listen to you? Do you speak pigeon?
Do I speak pigeon? Why would I speak pigeon? I'm a bear.
All right, well, that also feels species.
With the
but I'll leave
cigar
it.
homing pigeon. It just looks for the most
homing
smoke.
That actually might have been why he listened. I said Smokey, and then he went to you instead, so that worked. All right, awesome. So it sounds like we have a plan in motion. We are going to get this car, which is going to be the next part of it. We've already sort of
It looks great.
we made a cosplay roll, which, you know, didn't go well in the past. So we're gonna say that, like, you guys make this. I'm not gonna make you roll for the cosplay again. You make bear masks that look like they are bad bear masks, but they are cosplay. And you know what? You guys are here. You're guests at this point. Actually, how do you get in? Do you, because you mentioned getting VIP badges. I don't think we established how you're getting those.
We talked about forging them. We also talk about we could like just hop on the forum now that we're like fairly like close internet acquaintances with the other performers and be like, oh my gosh, drop the ball. Anybody have an extra badge?
Okay, cool.
Try to get like
cool.
plus ones.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, with how good your message to our CEO was earlier, I'm going to combine these two sort of roles and sort of fudge up the numbers here a little bit and say, yeah, you've kind of like gotten the message passed along to Bunny, who's, you know, now that you guys are influencers enough to like have a meeting with her, she's willing to throw you some VIP badges to pick up.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Very
Cool.
cool.
Very cool, very cool.
Badges are free for the con to pass out, and it adds value having us there.
100%.
As our brains, I'm gonna make you make a roll right now.
Fuck.
Oh, you know what? No, you have a low criminal score. Actually, I'm not gonna do that to you. That's cruel.
It's perfect. It's a 3.
3? Well, you're at 2 now.
Shit, never mind. No. Don't make it else.
Can I help? I'm helping. Is that advantage?
That's not how this game works, but you know what? Yeah, roll another criminal score, 2.
2.
2. Okay.
What does that mean?
Well, I sort of just gave you badges for free. There's gonna be some. It'll feel appropriate. And yeah. Okay.
I
great.
feel like the con's gonna ask us something we didn't agree to.
Oh no.
Yeah, you didn't watch Ian's face?
Free badges do often have strings.
Correct.
As well as the lanyard part.
Yeah.
Right. How else were you gonna hold it around your neck?
Fantastic. I think that's a plan, right?
Is my car
Oh,
parked?
car. Yes, I think that's the last maneuver. Now, I think no one will contest this. Parking a car is a pretty criminal thing to do and not very Bear.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and to walk away discreetly from this operation. How are you dressed in your car parking mission?
We're gonna have to park on loading day. And so I think what I'm gonna do is wear like an oversized hoodie,
Okay.
sweats, beanie. I don't wanna be here.
Yeah,
Just gotta
yeah.
set everything up.
Right.
That is how I look, yeah.
It's my day off. It's my day off.
call it beanie
Sure.
day.
Just gotta set everything up and then get out of there.
Yeah, yeah.
With our security
Okay.
car.
In and out.
Yeah, make a criminal roll. Is anyone, well, before she rolls, anyone going with her?
I don't think we
I'm
with you
going
will
just to
help.
scout out the security guards.
Yeah, you're not gonna have to make this roll, but you're gonna be present. I love this. Great. Roll it.
But the car's also really, really good and convincing.
Yeah, we
It
already
is,
did that.
and you did a great job
So
of
you
it.
should be super fine with your roll.
Cash is looking.
Yeah.
Cash is like looking around. We're gonna like
Don't
try
worry.
to wait till there's
Cash
nobody
being there is a
there.
good thing. It'll make you roll.
One.
One, lovely. That is as good as it can go. It's as if a normal person dropped off a car in a place where it should be and then left it. Congratulations. All right, yes, you two just go away. Cash, why don't you do a scouting roll for me, which is a roll I'm making up right now.
4.
A 4. Okay, so that is a failure in this. You are sort of looking around and you park the security vehicle in a place where you're like, okay, there are other cars kind of around here, and it's not really giving anything, right? Like a 4 isn't like a terrible failure, right? It's just, you look around and gleaning any information in this space is just, there's so many different pieces, and you're realizing the size of this convention center, once again, there can be up to 100,000 people in this space, right? So there's a lot of information to be absorbed here, and you're just seeing a lot of people, and you're like, humans walk like this. They puff their chest and they do a little bit, and you're kind of doing that whole thing, and you kind of like bump into the car a little bit, and you're like, oh, we gotta get out of here. What am I doing? And then, yeah, y'all book it. But the car is in the place you need it to be, perfectly ready to go. Awesome.
We have an out.
You have an out. This is good. That's a good step. That could have gone very badly. All right, my friends, this is going to be the first section now that we are done with the planning phase. And when we return, when you join us for next week's episode, we will be executing our Honey Heist, HoneyCon 2017. Join us next time. Thank you very much.